What if the next smart Cowboys move is not some giant blockbuster, not some crazy all-in trade, but a veteran corner who already knows exactly what Christian Parker wants from this defense? Cowboys Nation, that is why this Adoree Jackson visit matters. A lot of fans hear the name and think, okay, veteran corner, depth piece, maybe camp competition, but I think it is bigger than that. Dallas officially hosted Adoree Jackson on a visit today, and this is not random at all. Jackson played for the Eagles last season, and his defensive backs coach there was Christian Parker, who is now running the defense in Dallas. That means familiarity. That means trust. That means the Cowboys are not just looking at tape, they are looking at a player Parker already knows how to use. And when you look at where Dallas is right now, the fit starts making a whole lot of sense. The Cowboys have already been rebuilding this defense hard. They drafted Caleb Downs, drafted Devin Moore, added Jalen Thompson in free agency, and traded for Rashawn Gary. That tells you everything. Dallas is not nibbling around the edges. Dallas is trying to rebuild the identity of this defense under Parker. But even after all those moves, corner depth still matters a lot, especially when you are trying to survive a full NFL season and play the kind of multiple coverage looks Parker wants to bring. That is where Adoree Jackson becomes interesting. He's not being looked at as some savior. He's being looked at as a veteran who can stabilize things, compete, and give Dallas another experienced body in the secondary. And let's talk about the player, because the production last season was not fake. In Philadelphia, Jackson started 10 games, played in 14 total, and finished with 55 tackles, 11 pass breakups, and an interception. That is real contribution. That is not a guy who was sitting on the bench collecting checks. He was part of the defense, part of the rotation, and part of a playoff team. And that matters for Dallas, because the Cowboys do not need perfection here. They need reliability. They need competition. They need somebody who can walk in and know how to line up, communicate, and survive against real NFL receivers. That is what veteran corners are for. Now, is Adoree Jackson still a prime number one lockdown corner? Nah, that's not the conversation. The conversation is whether he can help Dallas be deeper, smarter, and more flexible. And I think the answer to that is yes, especially when you consider the price. SpotTrack has projected a one-year deal around $1.8 million, which is exactly the kind of low-risk veteran contract teams love when they're still shaping the back end of the roster. If you can bring in a guy with first-round talent pedigree, starter experience, and system familiarity for that kind of price, that is the type of move good teams make. And that familiarity with Parker is the biggest thing to me. This is not like pulling a name out of a hat and hoping it works. Parker already coached him. He already knows the strengths, the weaknesses, what he can handle, where he fits, and what kind of room presence he brings. That gives Dallas an advantage in the evaluation. The Cowboys are not guessing. They are checking whether the cost and the role line up. And if they do, then this could be one of those under-the-radar signings that doesn't win the headline war, but helps you win real football games when injuries hit and depth gets tested. So for me, this is a smart Cowboys conversation. It is not flashy, but it is football. Adoree Jackson gives Dallas experience, scheme familiarity, and proven NFL snaps at a position that always needs reinforcements. And when you are building the defense from the back end out, those moves matter. Cowboys Nation, would you sign Adoree Jackson and let Christian Parker add another veteran he already trusts, or would you roll only with the younger corners and keep the room as is? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like and subscribe.